What is up, my fellow beasts? Welcome back to another juicy COD video. It's your boy, the Spartan Beast. I don't know why, but today I am just feeling beautiful. Hope you guys are having a great day. If you are, make sure you give me some good vibes. Make sure you do me a favor and spank that like button, because that's gonna help the channel definitely a lot. So, ladies and gentlemen, on today's video, I'm gonna be talking about the evolution of noobs in Call of Duty. We've all been there. We've all been there at some point, ladies and gentlemen. For me, it all started back in Call of Duty 4. So we're gonna start off with Call of Duty 4, and we're gonna go all the way up until Cold War, ladies and gentlemen. So back in Call of Duty 4, I feel that most noobs didn't care about the gun they used, okay? It was the beginning pretty much of Call of Duty. It's when it got super popular. Noobs used whatever. Most people used whatever. They used a certain gun because it looked cool, because it looked badass, because their friends would use a certain gun, right? They didn't really care. But one thing noobs did is they spent most time crouch walking, super slow, hip firing, and they would sit in corners with a claymore. Actually, two claymores. They had two claymores for free. There was a perk that gave them two claymores, and there was also Juggernaut, ladies and gentlemen, the famous, the infamous Juggernaut perk that gave them a little bit more health. I mean, noobs love that perk. And there was also Martyrdom that allowed them to poop a grenade. So this was a very simple time for noobs. They didn't want much. They just wanted to get a couple of kills, and you know, they were happy. They were happy that way. Then World at War came out, ladies and gentlemen, and noobs in World at War got a little bit smarter, right? They started using the MP40. I feel that everyone, noobs, rushers, literally everyone used the MP40 in this game because it was great for everything. And since noobs loved crouch walking and hip firing so much, the MP40 got that job very, very effectively. Now, their favorite equipment was definitely the bouncing baddie, which in my opinion was way more powerful than the claymore from Call of Duty 4. The bouncing baddies were just impossible to detect, so they were very, very deadly. The favorite perk came back in World at War, Juggernaut, which gave him a little bit of armor, right? And in this game, people didn't really use Martyrdom that much because it got nerfed. It was not a pocket nuke like Martyrdom from Call of Duty 4, so most people used second chance, which allowed them to get revived if they survived an encounter with the enemy. If they were playing with little Timmy, whatever, with their buddies, they could come up and revive them. And the thing noobs loved the most about World at War, which is something that Call of Duty 4 didn't have, were the big boys, the big toys, aka the tanks. So some maps had tanks, and oh my god, did noobs love those bad boys, because for a couple of minutes till they get destroyed, it just felt invincible like the Hulk, and they could actually get some easy kills with the tanks. Obviously, normal players would stay away from tanks because they were slow and they were easy to avoid, but noobs obviously love those bad boys. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we got MW2. And in Call of Duty 4 and World at War, these times were simple times for noobs. They didn't have a lot. They didn't have a lot of things to get easy kills with. Well, besides the tanks. But in MW2, ladies and gentlemen, noobs definitely got very busy. There were a lot of things they could do. A lot of things that could get them easy kills. Pretty much MW2 was the paradise for all types of players, including noobs. So in MW2, noobs realized that they could get a lot of kills by just using the freaking noob tube on the ACR with one-man army. And with one-man army, they could resupply the noob tubes, they could resupply the claymore. So pretty much they were all set. They would go in a building, camp with claymores with a noob tube. They still didn't need to aim. All they had to do was shoot the noob tube, which is pretty much a hip fire, and boom, they would get tons of kills. In Call of Duty 4, they didn't get a lot of kills, nor in World at War, but I feel that in World at War, noobs got way more kills than in Call of Duty 4. Then in MW2, noobs actually kind of looked decent because the noob tube was so powerful. Unfortunately, their favorite perk was gone, Juggernaut, but it was quickly replaced with one-man army as noobs' favorite perk. They also discovered panic knifing. I feel that it was in MW2 that panic knifing really got popular due to the perk Commando that gave you an extreme long lunge. It was definitely crazy. Other noobs tried the riot shield. I was deranked in MW2, so the gameplay you guys are watching is riot shield gameplay. I was using the default class, and even playing with the default class, I'm a beast by nature with the riot shield, so I was still kicking butt even with that atrocious riot shield class. And they also discovered, ladies and gentlemen, boosting with the tactical insertion. So Lil Jimmy and Lil Team would go on a free-for-all match. They would hide in the corner with the tactical insertion, and they would boost for kills, kill streaks, and nukes. So Noobs definitely had their happy times at this point in their happiest times at this point in Modern Warfare 2. But unfortunately for them, ladies and gentlemen, that was all over in Black Ops Uno. Black Ops 1, ladies and gentlemen, was amazing because you got rid pretty much of all that trash, okay? And I forgot to mention, but MW2 also had painkiller and death streaks. You know, it was very annoying. In Black Ops 1, they pretty much got rid of all that. The noob tube could not be resupplied, nor claymores. There was no one-man army. There was no juggernaut. There were no death streaks besides one second chance. That's all noobs got, and it was definitely bad for them. They had to go back to their roots, to crouch walking, to hip firing with RPKs and Olympias and whatever. The guns also did not help noobs that much. And they had, I mean, all they had was pretty much a claymore or a motion sensor hiding in a room. That was it. It was not good for noobs, ladies and gentlemen. Panic knifing was the only thing they carried from MW2, and I feel that after MW2, panic knifing just stayed for a very long time. But at least second chance came back, and they could still have a second chance of trying to get that kill. And if they survived the encounter with the enemy, they could get revived by Little Timmy. But there was one toy. Treyarch was nice enough to put one toy for noobs, which was the RC car. 2 kills with hardline, 3 kills with a hardline, and that was definitely very fun for noobs. And then in MW3, ladies and gentlemen, things got happy. Things got better once again for noobs, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, they could camp effectively one more time with guns like the ACR and the Akimbo FMG9s. Oh my god, those two guns made any noob look like a freaking pro. They also had the motion sensor, which was also in Black Ops 1, and they had access to one claymore or one bouncing Betty. So camping was all good. Camping for noobs was all good in Modern Warfare 3, and if they died in their camping spot, the enemy would have a very unpleasant surprise, aka Dead Man's Hand. That thing was absolutely disgusting. If you went on a cheeky death streak, you would get Dead Man's Hand. Pretty much you would drop on the ground with a pack of C4 on your chest, and that was definitely a pocket nuke. So death streaks in this game were on steroids. They were crazier than before, crazier than in MW2, World at War, and also Call of Duty 4. And as if all that wasn't enough, noobs also got a set of kill streaks made especially for them, aka the support kill streaks that did not reset on death. And their favorite loadout was ballistic vests to give them more health, the stealth bomber, aka the no skill multi-kill. Every time I use that thing, I got no kills with that thing. Every time noobs use that thing, they would get multi-kills. They would kill whole teams. And there was also the EMP, which was a one-hit kill against any type of enemy kill streaks, and noobs just felt all powerful by destroying everything. And then Black Ops 2 came out, ladies and gentlemen, and things were going well for noobs. In Black Ops 2, there was also a lot of stuff that helped noobs look good at the game without any effort. So in Black Ops 2, they had the LSAT with the target finder. I had to play against bots here because I couldn't find a match. And oh my god, that thing was disgusting. And they also had the riot shield they could plant in front of them and use it as cover. They also had shock charges together with a claymore or one bouncing Betty, and their favorite kill streaks were definitely the hunter killer drone that you could just throw up in the air, through a window or whatever, boom, guaranteed kill. The RC car came back, and there was also the Guardian that allowed you to fry any enemies that would try to come in your camping spot. So noobs, they were getting smarter, and they were getting better and better without having to do anything. So then Call of Duty Ghosts came out, ladies and gentlemen, and ooh, pretty much all the camping stuff was gone. They didn't have a lot to play with, but I'm gonna tell you something. The 2 or 3 things they had to play with were absolutely overpowered. So in terms of guns, Noobs had the thermal LMG, the M27IR. That thing is like the most disgusting LMG of all time. And that thermal sight was so good, it was so clear, you could see all the way in the future, you could see people all the way in Advanced Warfare. That's how crazy the thermal LMG was in Call of Duty Ghosts. They also had the IED, two IEDs that they could place on the ground, on the walls, or on the ceiling, which made them super overpowered. And their favorite kill streaks, ladies and gentlemen, were either the guard dog if they were feeling lonely, right, if they were feeling forever alone, or they could also use the IMS, aka a giant IED on steroids. So as again, Noobs didn't have much in this game, but what they did was super overpowered, and the graphics were also very dark, which allowed Noobs to blend in very well with the environment. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we got Advanced Warfare, and Noobs had bad times in Advanced Warfare because the movement system was too chaotic. They were not fit, they were not safe anywhere. They couldn't do much besides trying to camp with a ball 27, and that wouldn't last very long because, as I said, the movement system was too chaotic. So they definitely had a hard time with Advanced Warfare. Most noobs went back to Call of Duty Ghosts and Black Ops 2 and whatever. Others probably quit playing Call of Duty. And then we got Black Ops 3, and good news for noobs. You know, the tools for camping, no effort tools, came back one more time. So in Black Ops 3, despite, you know, the game having a chaotic movement system with double jumping and wall running, there was actually good stuff for noobs. They had the Dingo, laser beam when it comes to LMGs, ladies and gentlemen. They had the return of the shock charges. They had the trip mines. They had C4 that acted like a manual claymore, which was definitely very, very overpowered. And the best thing for noobs was definitely the Specialist Hive that gave him like 5 pods, aka 5 IEDs that would release bees and eat enemies alive. That thing was absolutely disgusting. There was also the War Machine if they were feeling cheeky. And when it comes to kill streaks, they had the return of the RCXD and the Guardian that they could use for camping very effectively. So yeah, even though Black Ops 2 was crazy in terms of movement system, noobs had a fun time. They had a fun time in this game. And then Infinite Warfare came back, ladies and gentlemen, and noobs didn't have good tools for camping in this game. They had to do it the traditional way most of the time, you know, just camping in a spot with their gun. Most noobs use the N4, NV4, because that thing was disgusting. It was a laser beam, but they had a very cool toy. They had the Specialist called the Micro Turret. There was a pocket sentry gun that they could earn for free. And oh my god, that thing was so annoying. It was so disgusting. I hated that thing with a passion. So they couldn't, you know, camping was very simple in Infinite Warfare, but you know what? It was better than nothing for noobs. And then Call of Duty World War II returned the boots on the ground. The chaotic movement was gone forever. And with that, a lot of noobs also came back with the boots on the ground. And they loved the fire shotguns. Oh my god. It took no skill to use. All they had to do was run around like headless chickens, hip firing those tanks. They were super overpowered, and it didn't feel like running around. They had the LMGs that they could mount on any surface, making those tanks super overpowered laser beams. And they also had bouncing betties that were very OP. You know, the tools for camping, the tools for noobs here looked simple, but they were also very, very effective. And then Black Ops 4 came out, ladies and gentlemen, a game almost 100% made for rushers. In this game, they didn't have any C4s, they didn't have claymores, they didn't have bouncing baddies. At first, noobs were like, oh my god, we're toast. But they quickly discovered that the Titan LMG was super overpowered. So most noobs just camped with a thermal Titan. If they were lucky enough to get torque, they would camp behind the barricade, which was like a Guardian slash riot shield, and they also had barbed wire. So noobs had some fun. Noobs had some fun in Black Ops 4, even though the game was mostly made for rushers. And then we got Modern Warfare, ladies and gentlemen, and this was the most fun game, I bet, for noobs ever since like MW2 and Black Ops 2. I mean, this was made for noobs. Noobs in this game actually looked good. That's how good the camping tools were at their disposal. In this game, you didn't have to do anything to get kills. All you needed to do was get your M4, go on a safe space, which were all over the place, mount your M4 on a window. Actually, before that, you plant 2 claymores behind the door. Close the door very carefully because it's super precious. Then when you're feeling warm, then you're feeling cozy with the claymores guarding you, the door closed, the M4 mounted on the window, you are ready to slay everyone. And any unlucky guy crossing a street, he would get obliterated by your M4 because players in Modern Warfare have the health of a toothpick, okay? The minimap didn't show any red dots, so you need to use a silencer. Ghost was overpowered. You never appeared on the minimap. This was heaven for freaking campers, right? It was absolutely disgusting, and noobs definitely had some fun times camping in Modern Warfare. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we got Cold War, and in this game, even though I feel that the game was made, again, just like Black Ops 4, it was made mainly for rushers. There's not a lot of tools for camping, but noobs can definitely have a little bit of fun playing this game when they're camping with their ACOG M16 or freaking AUG with field mics all over the place. They also have the RC car, right? They have body armor that gives them a little bit more protection, and there's also the powerful war machine that any noob can get. And when you're camping, for example, on Nuketown with the war machine, oh my god, you are definitely unstoppable. So ladies and gentlemen, this was the evolution of noobs in Call of Duty. As you can see, noobs got better as Call of Duty started providing them more and more tools for camping, more and more abilities. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. As I said, I was a noob back in Call of Duty 4. Let me know what you guys, when you guys were noobs. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Damn. Oh my god. Ooh! What? Wait, what? I was the whole time with these things? No way, bro. I thought I had these. I had my girlfriend's headphones. Oh my god, I'm a noob. That was a noob move. That was definitely a noob move.